Hello students, welcome again in this beautiful world of accountancy. This is Amit sir, your accountancy teacher. I hope you all are practicing hard at home. Now, through this video, I am going to start treatment of fund-based accounting. But before I start, I'll suggest you all to please like and subscribe my channel.
नाउ इफ यू रिमेंबर हमने लास्ट क्लास में पढ़ा था कि रिसिप्ट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट क्या है और उसके फीचर्स क्या हैं. इन लास्ट क्लास आई टोल्ड यू दैट रिसिप्ट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट इज सिमिलर टू कैश बुक, बट वो एग्जैक्टली सेम नहीं है. कुछ डिफरेंसेस हैं उन दोनों के बीच में. सो दोज डिफरेंसेस आर, फर्स्ट, स्टेटमेंट वर्सेस अकाउंट. रिसिप्ट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट में ना डेट का कॉलम होता है ना जेएफ का, लाइक ऑल अदर अकाउंट्स. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नोन एज a statement, whereas cash book has a column for ledger folio. Second, period. Receipt and payment account is prepared at the end of the period, whereas cash book is prepared on daily basis. Next difference is date. In receipt and payment account, no separate column is given for date, whereas in cash book, separate columns are given for writing dates on both sides, debit side or credit side. Fourth difference is institution. As we know, receipt and payment accounts is prepared by not-for-profit organizations, whereas cash book is prepared by profit-making business organizations, except to non-for-profit organizations. Sides. receipt and payment account की top sides को हम receive side और payment side से indicate करते हैं, whereas in cash book we just write particular in place of received and particular in case of payment. Now, ledger folio. In case of receipt and payment account, a separate column for ledger folio is not to be created, whereas in case of cash book, a separate column is created for ledger folio. Now, before starting anything new, we should know the accounting treatment of some special items first. First item which we must know in case of NPO is entrance fee or admission fee. It is an amount paid by person for becoming a member. और ये फीस revenue nature का होता है. That's why it will be termed as income for the year and it will be represented on income side of income and expenditure account. Second is life membership fee. It means a fees paid by non-member for becoming a lifetime member. तो ये फीस एक बार पे किया जाएगा. That's why it is known as capital fund received and we will represent it on liability side of balance sheet. One more thing which we must know, that is legacy. The amount which is received as donation by a non-for-profit organization under the will of a deceased person is known as legacy. If such legacy is silent, we will treat it as revenue received. Otherwise, if legacy is received with a special purpose, then it will be termed as capital received and it will be shown on liability side of balance sheet. Finally, the last thing, that is honorarium, an amount or token payment made to a person who has given his services voluntarily. Like सचिन तेंदुलकर किसी एनजीओ के पास आता है, उसका एक्चुअल रेम्यूनरेशन होता है 50 लाख, बट वो एनजीओ के पास सोशल वेलफेयर के लिए आया तो उसने सिर्फ 2 लाख चार्ज किया, तो एनजीओ ने जो 2 लाख उसे पे किया, दैट विल बी टर्म्ड एज ऑनरेरियम. ये उसका एक्चुअल पेमेंट नहीं है, ये उसका जस्ट पार्ट ऑफ पेमेंट है. दैट इज नोन एज ऑनरेरियम, द अमाउंट विच इज गिवन फॉर गिविंग ऑनर टू अ स्पेशल पर्सन फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग हिज सर्विसेज टू एनपीओ. नाउ नेक्स्ट. Now I am going to start one of the most important concept regarding preparation of financial statements of NPO, that is fund-based accounting. In this, a special fund is created. That amount is set aside for a special purpose. Any income derived from such fund must be used for that purpose. It means जो भी income इस fund की investment से होगा वो इसी fund में use होगा और जो भी उस पर्पस के लिए खर्चा होगा that will be taken from such fund. It means वो amount उसी fund के बैलेंस से subtract किया जाएगा. This type of accounting is known as fund-based accounting. Now, before starting accounting treatment of funds as per fund-based accounting, we must know the types of funds first. First type of fund is unrestricted fund or general fund. As the name suggests, we can use this fund as per our own wish. We can use them in the general operation of the business. Second thing which we must know, that there is no restriction on using them. It means हम कहीं पे भी इसे यूज कर सकते हैं. हम means NPO as per its own convenience, because there is no restriction on their use. Third thing which you should know, that management can be use जो भी इस अमाउंट को यूज कर सकते हैं जहां पे वो इसे अप्रोप्रिएट समझे. नाउ फाइनली द लास्ट एंड वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, इन फंड्स को जनरल फंड भी बोला जाता है और कैपिटल फंड. एंड कोई भी जो इनकम इन फंड्स पे अराइज होता है इन फॉर्म ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, सिंस वी आर इन्वेस्टिंग दिस फंड समवेयर, and the income which is generated from such fund will be treated as income for NPO, and it will be shown on income and expenditure account, whereas fund balance will be shown on liability side of balance sheet. Now first we must know the meaning of restricted funds. Restricted fund is exactly reverse of unrestricted fund. Restricted fund को हम सिर्फ उन्हीं जगह पे यूज कर सकते हैं जिन पर्पस के लिए बनाया गया है. मेजर डिफरेंस बिटवीन देम इज रिगार्डिंग यूज. जनरल फंड कैन बी यूज एनीवेयर, देयरफॉर जो उससे इंटरेस्ट इनकम मिलता था हम उसको कहीं पे भी यूज कर सकते थे. बट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड फंड को देते टाइम जो डोनर होता है वो स्पेसिफाई करता है फॉर विच पर्पस ही इज प्रोवाइडिंग दैट मनी. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू यूज दैट मनी एज पर अवर ओन विश. Hence, these funds are known as restricted funds. Example of restricted funds are endowment fund, annuity fund, loan fund, and prize fund, etc. Now, restricted fund can also be divided in two more categories. First category is restricted revenue fund or specific revenue fund. It means a fund which is created for the purpose of revenue expenditure. इट मीन्स जब हम इससे खर्चा करेंगे तो हमारा कोई न्यू एसेट फॉर्म नहीं होगा. बट सेम चीज तो हमने जनरल फंड में भी किया था. नाउ क्वेश्चन अराइज, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अनरिस्ट्रिक्टेड रेवेन्यू फंड एंड स्पेसिफिक रेवेन्यू फंड? अ डिफरेंस इज देयर रिगार्डिंग ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. उसमें जो इंटरेस्ट था जनरल फंड में, वो इंटरेस्ट हमारा इनकम का पार्ट बनता है, वेयर एज इंटरेस्ट रिसीव ऑन स्पेसिफिक फंड मस्ट बी ट्रीटेड एज फंड रिसीव्ड ओनली. इट मीन्स ये फंड में ही ऐड होगा. जबकि हमारा नॉन रिस्ट्रिक्टेड रेवेन्यू फंड में जो इनकम था या जनरल फंड में इनकम था वो हमारा इनकम का पार्ट बना था. नाउ फॉर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द टॉपिक आई एम शोइंग यू ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ रिस्ट्रिक्टेड रेवेन्यू फंड through an example. In the given example, restricted revenue fund was given to us as rupees 50,000. And the sale proceed of ticket of tournament is 20,000. We will add them, and donation received for tournament is also added in it, and we will subtract the expenditure done by us on tournament. We will subtract 10,000 from it, and we will get 64,000 as balance. If any interest is there on tournament fund investment, that is also to be added in such fund only. It means अगर ये पिछला जनरल फंड होता तो वो इनकम यहाँ नहीं आता, वो इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर में इनकम साइड पे आता. बट इन केस ऑफ स्पेसिफिक और रिस्ट्रिक्टेड रेवेन्यू फंड, द इनकम जनरेटेड फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ सच फंड मस्ट बी ट्रीटेड एज रिसीव्ड ऑफ सच फंड. इट मीन्स जो इंटरेस्ट आता इस टूर्नामेंट फंड पे वो यहीं पे ऐड होता. नाउ नेक्स्ट, नाउ आफ्टर नोइंग फर्स्ट कैटेगरी ऑफ रिस्ट्रिक्टेड फंड, दैट इज रिस्ट्रिक्टेड रेवेन्यू फंड, let's start. There is one more category regarding restricted fund, that is capital project funds. It means the fund which is created for the purpose of capital expenditure. It means by using such fund we will make any capital asset like building, etc. Such funds are related with the help of an example. That example is donation for building fund. जब हम बिल्डिंग का कंस्ट्रक्शन करेंगे, टूर्नामेंट फंड में जो हमने खर्चा किया उसके बदले हमें कुछ नहीं मिल रहा था. बट व्हेन वी यूज बिल्डिंग फंड, इट विल क्रिएट बिल्डिंग, इट विल मेक एन एसेट, एंड द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ सच फंड इज एज अंडर. फर्स्ट, लाइक कैपिटल फंड बैलेंस इज ऑलरेडी गिवन टू यू. दैट बैलेंस इज ऑफ रुपीज 8 lakh, and the construction which was done by us during the year is of rupees 2 lakh. So building fund balance given to us is 7 lakh. donation received is 1 lakh. When we subtract construction of building fund from that, closing balance is 6 lakh. पिछले वाले में जो हमने यूज किया था वो यहीं पे लेस होके और कुछ नहीं हुआ था. But in this case, we are constructing a building. Same amount will be shown on asset side as construction of building in progress or building work in progress by rupees 2 lakh, and same 2 lakh will be added in capital fund as construction of building fund in progress. It means total capital fund to be represented in outer column on liability side is 10 lakh, that is 8 lakh opening balance and 2 lakh closing balance. It means when capital project fund is there, use of such fund will create three effects. One, reduction from such fund. Second, creation of asset. Third, increase in capital fund. Now, for better understanding of capital project fund, I am showing you an illustration. In the illustration, expenditure on construction of pavilion is 6 lakh. And as I told you, any use of fund on capital expenditure will create three effects. This 6 lakh will be subtracted from fund as use of fund, and this 6 lakh will be shown on asset sides as pavilion work in progress, and this 6 lakh also to be added in capital fund. The construction work is in progress and has not been completed. It means work in progress is there. Now pavilion fund balance is given to us 10 lakh, which will be 10 lakh plus any received if given. Now in this question, capital fund is already given to us rupees 20 lakh, and donation received for such fund is 5 lakh. Now this 6 lakh first to be subtracted from this 10 lakh pavilion fund balance plus donation received 5 lakh less 6 lakh. It means 9 lakh will be balance as pavilion fund in balance sheet on liability side, and capital fund will be shown 20 lakh old balance and 6 lakh new balance, and this 6 lakh will be shown on asset side as pavilion work in progress. Now let's see. Say pavilion fund कितना balance given था 10 lakh, total donation received किया 5 lakh, expense on construction of pavilion is 6 lakh. It means remaining balance in our hand is 9 lakh. Now that 6 lakh will be shown on two more side. One on asset side with the name of pavilion work in progress. It will create an asset क्योंकि pavilion एक building है और building क्या होता है asset, and that 6 lakh also increases your capital fund on liability side. आपका capital fund का opening balance था 20 lakh, ये 6 lakh से आपका capital fund बढ़ गया. It means your closing balance of capital fund is 26 lakh. Now finally it's time to say goodbye. In next class we will learn how to prepare income and expenditure account in case of non-for-profit organization. For the time being, thank you and goodbye.